What's really, really good? Happy New Year's, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for chilling and just, choosing to spend some time with us today. Hi. Hopefully, you're having a good day. We appreciate you hanging out. Like and subscribe because we love you and we need it. That sounds desperate. It is what it is. We are back at it again with some shenanigans in Greek mythology. You know, it is what it is. Right now, they're talking about beach sessions in Jamaica in my ears right now. So we're gonna open that up here, and oh, it looks like we're nope. Little recap, real quick, as far as where my character's at. He's not with the party. We all spent the night in this place, uh, and I had a bad dream, and I woke up and left. So hopefully they can find me. We're gonna go ahead and open this up.
I
Oh,
remember I made this little spot
delicious.
here in the middle of our map, like in really very blue, as I now
Oh yeah,
realize, to show where you guys were. um,
Except for
that's
me.
what that
that's
is. I was
that's
just
where you
that's a
are.
weird spot for a
Yeah, it's
dot.
it's a blue dot because that's exactly where we kind of left you last time.
A black spot.
Yeah, this one was blue, but yeah. And I think I know why I made the like why I was specific about you leaving off there. Um, you're walking down the stairs. That's kind of what's happening. And as you walk down the stairs and then walk around and like get down here somewhere or maybe there, um, you do see Sherwin again. Finally, he's
Yay.
sitting by his church,
Which is now a nice little tower.
which he has built up a little bit, and it does actually look pretty nice. Like
How
it's
tall is it?
recognizably more like church-like and less just a pile of dirt.
6 to 12 inches.
Yeah,
But now
it's
but
just
now it's detailed. It's
yeah, it does have a shape of like a building and stuff. It's not just like an anthill in miniature, I guess. So yeah,
like you got
but you found him.
yeah, you guys like come around the corner and I'm just like praying and this light's like coming down on me as I
Yeah,
use my channel divinity to heal my health that I took from my nightmare.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is. We waited for you over by the front of the castle.
Oh, you're waiting for me over there. I felt compelled to come down here and just speak to the creator for a little while. I just terrible dreams just kept me tossing and turning in my cell.
I think Solomon wanted to go see if there was a tailor in the area. Maybe get some cloth samples to see if we can make some priestly robes for Klaus for your religion. Maybe we can get like a little
Oh,
flag made with our Yas Queen logo on it.
that'd be a great little addition. You gotta see, I remodeled.
Oh, it looks really nice. Are you gonna be?
Solomon
Is
had a
this a
bird
standalone?
robe.
Well, I hope so. I assume we're gonna go off on another whirlwind adventure. We don't know if we're gonna come back or not. So I figured I'd just, before we do that again, I just wanted to make sure this was up to par, and hopefully it'll stand the test of time.
It looks really nice. Oh yeah, the little windows. I like them. Look at that.
Oh, I did. I used my little claw. I said, "Put a little window right here." It's
Okay.
it's it's only it's only got one. I accidentally slipped, and so there's just a little bit of a hole in there. I got to patch it up later. But
You could make like little miniatures of us, and we could all go to church. You know,
oh,
if we're not around, you could put us to church for us and like talk for us and stuff.
that would be fantastic. Then we could just set a good example for all the children.
So, weren't we supposed to stop at this forge? Wasn't it like right here? And I'm like close, but like pointing at the wrong building. Isn't it like this
It is.
one?
This one here
yeah,
is
you want
Yeah.
Vulcan's porch.
Why do you want
Um,
to
a
bother Vulcan
forge.
some more? You're just gonna call him a child. He's gonna get frustrated. Like we're just gonna make it worse.
It's
Well, I
not
don't
the
trust-
forge that we're supposed to be going to, though.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody that works in a forgery. That's just not good.
yeah, no,
yeah.
We're going to
we're
the
not supposed
other.
to- Yeah,
This
he
is the
offered to
fake-
just let us stay at the this city's forge.
This one's
and
the
stay at
fake
other.
forge. Yeah, that we could stay at.
The fake
One's the
porch.
fake forge, and we're supposed to go to the real fake forge.
So it's the
Which
forge.
is,
No, I
uh,
It's
think
the
we
forged
agreed to
forge.
Smithy. I think we're calling the one that we got to find a smithy.
All right.
Oh, well, that's nice.
We just, Vulcan and I felt like maybe forge was a little difficult of a
Confusing.
concept to comprehend.
Well, it's
So
not.
maybe
It's
smithy would be a little easier.
it's not. It's not nice to lie to people.
I understand. That's correct. That's why we're calling it a smithy.
Yeah, don't lie.
Yeah, especially for a child
Well,
to be
okay,
wrapped
you
up in
don't
that
start,
kind of work.
Hester. We know how you feel about lying.
Yeah, well, he's
It's bad, right?
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Lying's bad. I would never do that.
I trust you.
Esther's also a child, so we need to be careful about how we're accusing him of stuff.
This is why we get
That's
along, Sherwood.
that's true. He is small, just like a child.
What? What do you
Is-
call an
is-
arrow trap?
Is that not what we? Is that not what we
Esther?
talked about? Yeah. Esther Arrow Trap Stiller. That's his name,
100%.
right?
Okay, so wait, he wanted us to go to the other forge, so we don't really
Yeah.
need to do
Yeah.
anything here, right?
No,
Are we
I
just
don't
trying to
think
pack
so.
up and
no,
go?
he was just like the point was that after being called a child for so many times,
Oops.
he was kind of more intent for you to not try to sleep in his forge, which was a proposed thing at one point. So
It's true.
Vulcan
No,
would
it
probably
was,
be happy
It was
to
a
just not.
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Like we said, are we just going to the forge now? And then
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we'll just
exactly.
go there and sleep. And we're like, no, that's like days away. We'll just sleep at the
Yeah,
church.
exactly.
And then
So-
the king was just like, oh, sleep here. Don't go anywhere
Yeah.
near his forge. And we're just like, all right,
Instead,
cool.
you got to sleep in the castle here in the city, in the windowless room that used to be and probably will now be again a wine cellar.
That's the first bit I didn't
And,
enjoy.
Come back next time.
Yeah, and yeah, the forge is probably both of them said it was about a day away from, like, if you leave in the morning, you might get there,
Well,
by
do
the
we
end
wa-
of the day.
Do we want to get Klaus set up before we go, or should we just head out now?
Well, I don't really know
How you wanna
anybody
get over
named
by the
Taylor.
Hey, but we've got a mission to do.
Well, tailors
Come
don't
on.
usually have things ready immediately. If we're gonna have it, maybe we put in the order now. We go find the smithy, come back, collect what we've ordered.
All right, I'm down for that.
So who's the tailor?
Does anybody have any money?
I was just gonna say, I don't think I have much
Nope.
money, man.
I'm
Well,
dead
I'm
ass
like,
broke.
I'm like
Well,
looking at my
just-
pockets. I got like 7 gold.
I
I don't even know if
I
they
got
take
8
that
gold.
gold.
I have 25 gold.
Whoa,
shit.
money pants over here.
Well,
Holy heaven.
And I got these
Fine.
8 silver pieces too.
And you notice these cult guys are like super poor. Like none of them have money on them.
Well, I mean, look,
Yeah,
look around here,
they
Soren.
didn't seem to.
This is not a
Yeah, but
prosperous
like one
place.
guy that we killed that had a bunch of money, we weren't able to like loot his room because we had to go do other shit.
Yeah.
And to
He
be
would
fair,
like
a good
he
cult
didn't
would
have
take
it
most of
on
the
him.
money
He
anyway.
was in his bed. He didn't actually, he does not actually sleep with his purse on him, I guess, or
I mean, we
like a
had that chest
pouch
that was
of
by
money.
his
Idiot.
bed and like look through all the stuff. He didn't have nothing. He had some armor and some rings. I guess we could sell some of these rings.
I mean, there was money somewhere in that area. It looked like the house itself is, decorated in a way that seems
I mean,
to have cost a lot.
I have some stuff that I can sell that I can get some money off. But like I got a pearl and some other few things.
I got 6 pounds of gold necklace I could probably sell.
Oh, I guess we'll talk to the tailor. Maybe he'll take something in trade.
All right. Well, how do we go about finding this Lord?
I don't know.
Lord of all Tays.
We went over toward that gate, and I'll point toward the east, and that's where we met Klaus. There was some like merchants over there, but I don't remember seeing a tailor. I think a tailor would have like probably not a booth, but like an actual shop.
Would I
You
have
could always-
seen anything when I've done my multiple different times scouting around the city looking for
You would know that there is an area that would be a bit more promising, probably. There is. Let me just kind of make some kind of a freehand something around it. Like this area here ish is where you did see a lot of like shop buildings or buildings that were some kind of a working area downstairs and then people living upstairs. So that would be a good bet. And most of them, like the big one, is more like a like that's part of the like the kind of their soldiers house. They did have a few shops, but they might be like not publicly shops. And then up further north, there's a few houses that did look like, some kind of a building that might possibly be like, you didn't look out for Taylor specifically, but they looked more like business-like, partly at least.
All right. Yeah, I'd let
So
them know
somewhere
that
in
I
this
saw
area.
that, and then I would be like, "All right, now while you guys are looking for that tailor, I'm gonna go see a roof about an amphitheater area."
Okay.
Because I might be able to get some more money if everything works out in my favor.
Ouch. Ouch.
That way you say?
Yeah, and I'd start I'd point off down that way, and then be like, "Yeah, that should be in those buildings down by right before the south gate." Um, and yeah, I'm gonna head out that way with you guys, but then like around. Okay, if it ever pings, but
Yeah,
like
it
where
did
there's
ping.
like
It did
it did.
ping.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, around there, I'm gonna go up on the roofs and start looking through windows and searching for somebody.
No, I bet
Mhm.
I
Well,
bet
don't
I bet he does
don't get
find it.
lost.
I bet he finds a good seat up there.
And you are perfect to be a doctor on a pirate ship.
Oh, I'd prefer to
I'm
not
telling
work
you.
on a pirate ship again. I found out what they do now.
What do they do?
Oh, well, they do all sorts of things that I just don't necessarily want to be a part of. I guess like rumor has it that they steal stuff from people.
You know, I think Esther's about to go do some pirate stuff right now.
Oh gosh, jeez, and I just go walking down like the opposite direction.
All right.
Just
Yeah.
meet us by the south gate
Yeah,
after
yeah,
here in about an hour.
look for a man named Taylor.
Taylor. No, not a man. What?
What?
No, Sherwin. I think you're extremely.
He's so gone already. Like he did.
No,
He
Yeah.
like as soon as he heard the like, I don't know if I'd be okay with being on a pirate ship again. He's just like, oh, I gotta get out of here before the rest of the days.
Sure, when
Okay.
they're tailords, tailords,
Oh,
lords
the
of
No, not
Tay.
oh,
the tailor's a position, a job. It's a
Great, powerful position. Yeah.
no like a job with oh, okay. Where
Sees
I'm
over
going.
the sews and stitches of the land. Yes. Very
As
powerful.
Esther nopes out to, check for some certain
Yeah.
people or riches, um, you can. Depends a little bit on how you want to
welcome in.
approach
Thanks for
it, but
watching. We hope you're having
think you might want to
an
do
excellent
like
night
an
tonight.
investigation check if you want to look for, certain things and figure something out without hopefully
All
being
right.
seen so much.
Can,
As we as
Yeah, I would like to be sneaky and then just
Mm-hmm.
being like dipping down
Yeah.
and like looking in people's windows and
Yeah.
looking for
It's gonna be
looking
like
for
just make stealth
symbols.
and then investigation to actually see something. If you want to look close, you can also just do stealth and perception if you want to just do, just go for the
I
visual clues themselves.
I aid Soren by asking the children and where a tailord might be, and then he's looking. I'll help him.
Yeah. um you can definitely try to help him. I'll actually just make a let me roll a d20 quickly. Okay. You do try to, but none of the children that you do ask figure out what you mean. So, you get all kinds of responses, but none that really would help. Like you get sent in pretty much any direction at the same time, all of them at once.
Oh,
as
I
he's
would
getting
have
ready yelling at kids,
I would
I'm gonna
hand
go ahead and
before
I'm
I
just gonna
leave
ask
out,
people as
I
we
would
go.
flick my pearl over to Soren. Be like,
Okay.
yeah, maybe you can get something for this. It's just a pearl.
Okay.
I immediately miss it and try to find it in the bin.
All right. Okay. So, make a perception roll, and then try to.
Where did it go? What was that? Where did you throw me?
A single pearl.
Investigation or perception?
um, you can do either of them. Investigation, looking at the ground and like trying to like
I
look
am
and
much
feel
better
for
at
it. Yeah,
Of course, I do
that's fine.
great on this.
Oh
roll.
yeah, of course.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Natty
Um,
20.
Let's go.
You just
Find
go
5 more.
Can't
pad
lose
right
money.
on,
Like
on it.
Just
And you also
frustratingly
do
pick up the
find
pearl.
like a copper piece of like probably
Ooh,
just
money.
local currency.
Natural 20. He finds a dragon we can own.
Snatch up
Whoa.
the pearl. I grab a coin.
Is this
God,
a pearl? Dragon
Had me
egg.
sleep on the fucking ground this whole time, and we've had money. Sir, you over there by the food stand, can you point me to the tailor?
Oh, the tailor. Mm, if you just go back between those little stands over here, just kind of points right there. Um, you just follow the road that way. There's a little kind of a little gate, house that's kind of crossing the street, and right behind there, you should just see it. It usually has some wares outside, and if he doesn't, there's a little sign.
Perfect. I appreciate you. Thank you. And I'll hand him that copper I just found.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yes,
She-
queen to you in your day.
She does look confused and has no context to any of this. So,
That's
yeah.
Curtsy.
Well, there we go.
And
Good to go.
yeah.
Let's go hit the
Good.
tailor. Hopefully they don't get in too much trouble while we're hitting the tailor.
I'm
So,
sure
wait, hold
they
on.
will.
Let me rephrase this. Don't hit the tailor. Where
Oh,
I meant that as an
no.
expression that we're going to visit the tailor.
Oh, yes, yes. No, I'd never do that
Of
to such a
course.
high prestigious person of power.
You know, maybe you should talk this time.
All right.
It's something. I mean, if I
He's-
was a
he's
tailor
like-
and you talk to me like that, I'd probably give
Yeah.
you a discount.
The
Alright,
gods
well,
get the complete opposite to what the tailor gets.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Well, a lord is
So
a
true.
lord.
That's so true.
The gods are like children and, cute little boys. And the tailor is like a little lord of
And
the
drunk
land now.
fuck faces. Like,
Yeah.
Solomon writes himself. I can't help it, guys. He just does. He controls me.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
He's a man of the people.
All right, so we'll go there. It's like right here, right? Ish.
It's she pointed like back here, and then it's kind of up down this little if you go up there and then just it's this house. There's a little one that's kind of crossing the street. It's like a little like bridge house kind of, and that would be the tailor. So
Ew.
yeah, and he does indeed have like a bit of like a little bit of just fabrics and stuff
I'm
outside of the shop.
I'm
right now.
sure as perceptive as I am, I just power walked right past it.
Possibly.
That pirate? Oh no, I'm a god.
Yep. Yep. So you go there and try to get your flag made, I think.
Yes, I go, Soren, look
Yeah.
at this magistry. Look, he can cast powerful symbols onto silks and screens.
I mean, it's pretty incredible. Like the way
It's
they comes
cute.
up with these dyes and stuff. Have you ever really like researched how they would dye cloth? It's pretty extraordinary.
I mean, I haven't looked into a few of your spells. I could do most of them, but some of them I don't even know how they work.
Oh, that feels like a compliment. I'll take it.
You're very welcome. You're a bit of a lord yourself.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just
And
saying,
then Soren
just
kind of
saying.
like adjust his robes. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, let's get in there, and I'll, if I have to knock, I will. If not, I'll just walk
Hey,
in.
what are we? You're here for? You wanted to make a flag?
Yes, Queen.
Yep.
Yas Queen. Okay, Yas Queen flag, and then we need a robe for Klaus. What
Yeah.
color? Like, what color should we make the robe? What is the color of the vestments of you and
I
Sherwood's
mean,
church?
we're supposed to be coming back as the Dragon Lords. Do you remember if the Dragon Lords, like, remember that carpet that we saw in that dungeon? What color what's that?
Would we remember? Like, what was the I guess the color?
Bometria? That one?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, was there like
kind
a
of in
color
the
scheme to the?
yeah, kind of. I mean, the dragon itself was silvery. It was like a silver dragon in stylized, not all silver, but a lot of silver on the dragon with some, whites and stuff to highlight it. And most of the background, they kind of tend to use a lot of, like, for those majestic looking things, they do like to have a very blue kind of ocean background a lot of the time, or a very very blue sky out of precious stones. um so it's a lot of silver and kind of a light blue with a lot of the time just a kind of muted other color to it. And in that like temple to Bometria kind of you had both, like, the figures you saw were mostly just kind of a like a brown color or something that just kind of really stood back most of the time. But you did have a few where they had either red or blue to kind of complement the whole thing if something else was important. So for the dragons, whatever else they do, they are silver or like a coppery color sometimes. But Bometria was definitely silver
I
in
feel like
all of the images you saw.
More perspective. Perspective.
I feel
Perceptive?
like Solomon definitely asked Soren that, and the second Soren started talking, he like turned towards the door, and Soren
Yeah.
was just like following him around the shop, like being like, "Remember, there was like inlays of
Yeah,
silver,
yeah.
and it was a brown. I think it was." And not like Solomon's just like looking, like
Yeah.
not really listening.
I
Yeah.
think that's
Ooh,
a great
shiny.
suggestion, Solomon. Then maybe like a water blue accented in silver. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, Yeah, or and then I'll find the shopkeeper like behind the desk.
Yeah,
or
he's
whatever.
actually like it's mostly a like an open workshop more than it is like a he does obviously sell things there, but he doesn't really have a specific area where he stands at a counter or something. Instead, you see him just sitting at a desk where he is currently sewing something. Um, he's working.
Oh, great and powerful Taylord, and I'll drop to a knee. We we request your aid in a
He's
most
sitting
important.
down at a desk. He's kind
Yep.
of small, so if
Yep.
you're dropping down to your knees, you're just about his height, just for
Perfect.
visuals.
I'll be like, we seek your magical skills in making beautiful tapestries for our great new coming, the powerful dragon lords.
Hi, what now?
I
He
say
just
the
looks
exact
a
same
bit
thing.
startled.
Yep.
Okay.
The exact same.
uh, he's got like he's just stopped kind of mid stitch sewing, just looks at you very confused for quite some time as you finish
My
your sentence, and
my
then he
friend
just
has a
kind of
very healthy respect for your profession. So.
he looks up to Soren with all the questions in his eyes. Are you trying to buy something?
I raise my
Oh,
feet and I say, most definitely, your graciousness. Yes, we would like to purchase a banner, some robes, perhaps like a. Do we want like pins? Want like patches?
I don't know. Dude, I don't. Maybe we'll worry about that later.
We would like a banner. Excuse me, Lord. We would like a banner and some robes.
He puts his needle away and like the work he's working on, he kind of secures it. Uh, gets up, is still not much taller than you. He's kind of a like not a very tall person. Um, and is still unsure whom to talk to. But just
I think
register wise, he's kind of going more for Soren
my
than for Solomon because he doesn't know how to talk to him.
I think what my friend needs, specifically as far as an order, we need 3 sets of vestments. One large enough to fit my friend here, another one size to fit what you would imagine a man-sized turtle to look like that walks on his hind legs, and then I need one for an average sized man. They need to be ocean blue, accented in silver. That was my friend's great suggestion. And then we need a banner with the ancient symbol of the Dragon Lords on it.
Excuse my
Okay.
overwordy friend. Soren, he knew what we wanted. I told him the first time.
Oh, I know you're so eloquent. I just wanted to make sure you got it right. You know me, I'm a worry word.
um, he kind of looks around at like all his wares that he's got. So which color were you thinking? I'm currently not that well stocked. We didn't get a lot of different wares in the last few months. Is there anything that you like that you see around here? It's pretty much all I have. You do see a little bit of like there is some bluish. It's very light blue that he has. It's nothing too vibrant, but there's like a quite light sort of baby blue color that he does have just bit of that would probably be enough for some robes of some kind. Um, and he does definitely have a lot of more than natural colors. Those are still there and just pure like wool and different kinds of like speckled, probably just different kinds of wool woven together. Um, and if you like, there's blue, there is some green, but it
You know,
is
That
you know,
also very
Soren.
muted
right
green.
there should work for now.
Yeah,
But
Soren.
quite
You know
really.
what I was thinking? Sorry, excuse me, Lord. Soren. I was thinking maybe with the Dragon Lords, because they're all like represented by like each god. What if each robe we had like a different color for each person?
Well, I thought this was supposed to be for like the Klaus in the church.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe maybe get him a color, and then we just kind of it's all about like lots of different colors.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, let me see. Let me remember. Um, what was it? One of the dragons was silver, but the other ones were bronze, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like a blue silver for the head of the church, and something more bronze colored for everybody else.
Well, they make yeah, like it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then I'll grab the blue swath of cloth, and I'll find something
Okay.
a brown that's as close to bronze
Mhm.
as I can find, and I'll
Yeah.
bring those over. Do you have anything to accent with silver? Silver is important.
He does look
Excuse
around
me.
a little bit, like in in his work area where he has got some thread and stuff. Um, well, I could probably mm, either I'm I'm sure I can maybe if yeah, there's a good nice shiny white. It's silk though, so it is a bit more expensive. Um, that would work for one thing, and then there are those very nice metal threads that I got from Vulcan. We use them for decoration and anything more important, and for the court,
Perfect. Perfect.
those would work. They're also quite expensive. I think he actually makes them out of silver.
Ooh. Well, how much would that cost us? Three robes. As you can understand, my friend's kind of large here, so that's going to be about the size of two robes. So effectively four robes and a banner.
Um, well, you said he's you see him thinking for a second, and he just goes, uh, "That turtle. Um, what what size turtle are we talking about here?"
Imagine a average sized man
With a
who was
with a dump truck.
carrying.
No, I got this. An average sized man with a dump truck.
Yep, yeah, and by dump truck is like a large shield on his back.
And lords know what dump trucks are, Soren. Quit being disrespectful to the Lord.
Well, it's okay. You're right. You're right. He's very eloquent with his language. I shouldn't assume
um, so if you're going for a bit of a metallic scheme and all that, with the uh, a bit more expensive thread, um, well, the best I could do would be 15 gold pieces, I think, per robe. The banner, I'm not like, what size banner are you thinking about? Average man's height, or smaller or bigger? Um,
As
that
big
would
as the
be
town.
important.
anything. Oh, that's probably too big.
His eyes
Well, then
just become very big.
we have to be able to take it with us. Um, I mean, I guess what you would expect for
Should it
like
be
a
hanging
one
off
of
of a castle wall? Is it a very large one,
no,
or?
Just like
no,
flag
not the size of
sized,
the
right?
castle, but yes, large enough that it would be carried by like a bannerman.
Oh, okay. Um,
Holy shit!
yeah. Okay.
I just looked it up. 1 pound of gold is 50 gold pieces, and I have a 6 pound gold necklace.
Yes. Yes. It is like
We
it
got
is
plans
worth
for
a
that.
lot. It's
I'm rich as
yeah.
fuck,
It's
dude.
it's unwieldy, but it's worth a lot.
We're gonna bling out a dragon with that gold chain.
Midget from the
Yeah.
chain, dude.
Um. Yeah. He just kind of does some, like, looks at his cloths and just kind of measures some of it. Looks around. Well, so that would be let's say about 15 gold pieces per robe, and I could do 8 for the banner, unless you need it decorated in any special way. In that case, it
That's
might
kind of
be
steep.
more 10 gold pieces. Um, the materials are a bit hard to come by these days, so I'm not entirely sure. But I've also heard about your help in the city, so I'm very much willing to not make a lot of profit on this one.
Nice. All right. Well, we still want you to have a good deal, oh gracious lord. So, we'll buy the robes for now, and then when we
Uh-huh.
come back to purchase the banner, we'll
Mhm.
negotiate prices
Well,
then.
actually, I mean, if I use the pearl, like that should be more than enough. I think this pearl's about worth 100 gold.
Yeah.
Holy snap!
We
Yeah.
might have to get change. Either that, or they make the robes and banner really nice.
Yeah, I was about to say he can either, add some extra
I mean,
bling to those,
maybe
or
instead of the sky blue, we could see if he could order a deeper blue from another source with the extra money.
I mean, maybe just let the Lord make his prestigious picks, and we'll see what he can make for us by the time we get back. Obviously, we can afford anything. So,
Yeah, I'll put the pearl on. I'll say, well, here you go. This is how we're gonna pay. Just use it up. Make the 3 robes as nice as possible. Make the banner as nice as possible, and whatever's
Okay.
left can be yours for a tip. My lord.
He kind of awkwardly looks at you, like he still doesn't know
I'm
how
just
this Lord thing came about, so
I'm
he's
just
really
sighing, kind
unsure.
of defeated. Like,
And
It's a beautiful thing.
yeah, there's the little bit of confusion mixed with some joy about pretty good pay for what he's got, and he just immediately kind of looks around and kind of tries to think of some things.
oh,
Yes, of course I
while I'm here,
can.
do you have a nice blanket that I could buy?
A
Like
oh
nice
yes, that's
blanket.
a
a
very
really
good
nice
call.
quality
Um,
soft blanket.
Yes,
Maybe
good
I can get
are
call.
that
you
thrown in.
should that be are you looking for silk or
Is
just
the
soft?
nicest, most prestigious thing you got? Something that would be fit for a king.
Oh,
He,
well, I do have a bit of a very nice silk left over. I don't know if you've seen. Oh, the people from the cult of Sidon around the city. They have those
Heard of
nice,
them?
very very blue actually, but it's not a lot. That's the problem. Um, I have a little bit of very blue silk left over. It is for their cloaks and the decoration. Um, I also embroidered it on some of their other, like just for a brim. Um, he takes it out. It's actually like really, really blue, and it is silk. It's a bit small. Like it's it's not enough to be like a big blanket to wrap someone in. It's enough though to like cover a part of a person. Like it's a pretty much just a 3 foot by 3 foot little packet, and he just kind of unfurls it, and it's very flowy and really blue, and it's you see it's cut in different shapes in at the brims. Like he obviously cut off some stuff off of this already. Um, and
It's
he
not
just goes, "That's the
quite large
best
enough.
cloth I have, but it's really, yeah, it's not as big." Um, well, there's some very very nice. It is wool, but it is very very soft wool. Um,
Ooh, that's closer what we're looking
that
for.
sounds about yeah. That sounds
it's
Yeah,
it's let me see. He actually has to kind of take it from, like, it's underneath his working table. There are a few swaths of just cloth and stuff. He takes one of them out, and it is quite, like, it's a almost grayish color. It's not the nicest color, and it is not. It hasn't been dyed. So it's just, it's a kind of off-white gray mix. But it is very soft wool, and it's he just goes. I think they made it out of lamb's wool, so it's extra soft.
Oh, this
I haven't really found any good purpose for it yet, and I do have quite some of that.
yeah, we'll take it. Can I have that ready today? And the rest I'll pick up here and
Oh, sure.
hopefully we
If
get
if you just want a blanket, all I will have to do is just get the edges cleaned off and maybe sew a little brim to it. That should do the trick for a blanket, I think.
Most
we'll be
That
most
can be done in an
appreciated.
hour.
And then in your
perfect.
spare time while we're out of town, we'll be out for work. I mean, murder, but work. When we come back, so it should give you plenty of time to make these things. Could you also make us a small like hoodie, and I'll try to like show with my hands how big Squigs is, and I'm asking him to make like
Oh,
a little robe for Squigs.
Little poncho.
yeah.
Yeah, like a little like a
Um,
green one, a little green poncho since he's a green dragon.
yeah. Sure. He is like there's not a lot of really vibrant green in his
Okay.
shop there, but he does have different greens that he could probably like put together. Um,
Hey,
and he might
that
just come across some more
that one should
when
be
he's got
fine
some
right
time.
there. Great supreme leader lord.
The small cloak and the blanket are a gift. Can you wrap those up with a ribbon and
Oh
we'll
yeah,
pick
good
them up
call.
in an hour?
Good call.
Okay, yeah. Um, he
I'll go ahead and give him the pearl now. Here you
just
go. This
yeah.
is for services
It,
rendered and
I was curious.
service
What are
Thank
you
you
delivered.
gonna
very much.
What are you gonna do with that pearl? Are you gonna sell it? Are you gonna wear it? Make like a nice big pearl necklace for you? I think it'd look great.
Oh,
You know,
I might just get some more. Uh, well, the ideal would be to actually get some more material in, preferably. I really want to get some more cloth from Mitros. I think they would take pearls as payment as well, and that would get me some more material to work with. Getting a little bit old, and my stocks do run low. So if we get to trade again, that would be ideal.
it's always great to support a local emperor as yourself, hey lord.
We
Is
and
kind of
by what by that my friend means we will return and have future business. So if you do put in an order, grab some lovely shades of blue. We'd love to check them out next time.
oh, certainly, certainly. Uh, and he does grab the wool cloth and just shoves whatever he had been working on a little bit off to the side, puts that on the table, and gets some just some fabric to actually sew around the edges to make it look neat, and kind of starts working on that.
I feel like me and Soren are walking out of here just like giggling to ourselves, like they're gonna love it. Oh my god, they're gonna be so
Right, they're
excited.
gonna think it's so nice. You want to go like maybe get some food on a stick while we're hanging out for waiting for the others?
Hell yes. You
I love eating food off a stick. I don't know why. It's like
I
the
just,
little meats off the stick and
we're
stuff.
getting rich now. I had no idea. We're just loaded with cash.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's what you guys do. Esther, you do manage to see some people that are suspiciously like looking on guard, looking like bodyguard like. They're not official guards, but they look like they're watching out and
Regarded.
guarding someone or something around a few of the houses in that area actually, but two of them especially. Like there's two houses that actually have something like a it looks very much like a freelance guard going on, um, with people looking very like self-important and you know being being like the important people in the city, and that would be the pretty big house over here. Like that is one that is definitely being guarded extra. hard right now, and also the one you're right on top of right now. Those are the two that do have some extra protection going on.
All right. Well, I figured since I'm already on top of this roof, I might as well check this one first.
Yes. Um, it is a very, like, it's 2 stories, but kind of high. Like, it's got some extra height to each of those stories there.
So like
And
high
if
ceiling
you,
rooms.
yeah, it's probably just high ceiling rooms, or, some other reason for it to be that high, but it looks like a 2.5 story building, just height wise. Um, but only 2 rows of quite nice windows to it. Um, you look in and do see both, like, there's a woman being very busy, just kind of not really cleaning up, but like, you see her folding some clothes, and then just kind of standing in front of a big wardrobe, and she seems to be picking clothes or something as you're looking in. Um, you do see a kid running by, like, there's an open door, and you see a kid just going by that door for a split second. But nothing else in that room other than it is a really nice, seemingly a big bedroom, something like that. Just from, you see a wardrobe, you don't, like, the angle you're looking in there, you can't make out if there is a bed, but you could assume it looks a bit like a big bedroom or something, like a private big room. Um, and there's another window that's quite easily accessible, like on the other side of the building. Um, and as you kind of get there on top of the roof, you do hear a man talking to probably one of those guard people around the house. Just going, did you see anything suspicious? Is there any, just, kind of something like that? Um, but then you look into that one window, and it's a currently empty room, where you do see a few, like, boxes in the middle of the room. Uh, they seem to be possibly packing. Like, it looks like there's a nice desk in there that is very, very empty. And yeah, no decoration to the room. Like, it looks a bit like, unfinished in some way. But it might be because they were actually packing up.
All right. So, and that's all I get from the windows that I have access to up there.
Those are the 2 windows that are most accessible for you right there. There's another one that's actually just got, like, curtains drawn across it. There's another one that is uh, like, they have shutters to them. You would have to open the shutters. Um, you could do that. It's just not going to be a very stealthy thing to do if anybody is inside, because it's going to be bright suddenly.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So what I got from this is that they seem pretty well off. The
Yeah.
they're regularly checking the guard to make sure they haven't seen anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the very least a family of some sort. I heard a man's voice, saw a child.
Yeah.
Saw the woman.
There was a guy talking to the guards, and yeah, you did see that, like, a child of, it's probably like around 10, running by the door, just roughly around 10.
In that wardrobe, did I see any of the side in blue that we've seen on a lot of the robes?
You did see some blue. Um, Not so much in the wardrobe, but the clothes that the woman was folding had uh, quite a few blue accents to them.
Okay. All right. And they're packing. That's not ideal for if we're leaving.
Everybody loves
Okay.
apples.
So, uh, is this like a courtyard next to it in part of the same house, like complex, or
It's
is that a
almost like
roof
a
of
little
another
roof
building?
garden. Yeah, it's there's another building right next to it, um, that looks to possibly be kind of part of the building, not really. Like it's just an annex to that building, and it's got a roof garden kind of. It's currently not much of a garden, but yeah, it's got some very dry little bushes on it, and some vegetation that has not been kept all that nice because it hasn't been raining, or they didn't get a lot of water. It's a bit empty right now, but
Um, so I've got decent amount of information without like putting myself at risk so far from
yeah.
that building. So then I'm gonna skate on over to this other building and also check that one out, and then kind of
All right.
compare the two to see like which one seems more Sidon-esque.
Okay. Um, the even bigger building here is definitely one that is like you do see from the roof that it used to be two buildings that kind of have a seam on the roof where they actually connected them at some point. Um, it is now obviously just one quite big complex with also some um, like other buildings right next to them, but they don't seem to be like a direct part of them. Um, and there's a lot of guards here, and you do actually see kind of there's a there's a wagon outside of this one, like a pretty nice cart that has some stuff on it already. And there is a little like it's quite busy, but that one has even more windows than the other one. And if you want to like look into some of those windows, you do see that there's you definitely see the bedroom in this one. You kind of look right at the bed from one of the windows, and you do see there's a big kind of a banner hanging on the opposite side of the bed, um, obviously depicting some kind of a Sidon theme with like a stormy ocean and a figure kind of holding up his hands, and yeah, it looks like summoning clouds from his hands. So it's very probably a depiction of Sidon that is still hanging there. There's another room that seems to be like a study of some sort, which is also quite empty, like the other room with a desk that you saw before. Um, but it still does have the table itself. You do see has inlays of little like it's like little flash inlays and cloud inlays and all that. So this one has a custom made desk that does look like it's probably also worth a lot. And you do see it's got a lot of like storm iconography on it and just looks nice. And then there's two rooms that you do get to look into where there's actually people, and you just kind of need to retreat as soon as they kind of turn your way. But those rooms seem to be like a one of them has a like a big harp in it, and it's probably just a room they use for relaxing in the evening or whatever. Nothing too specific in it, but some like a big kind of almost like couch-like thing. It's it looks very, very nice, and it is extremely blue for a piece of furniture in a house. Um, and there's a few like cushions lying around that also tend to be mostly blue, some are gray. So this one definitely has even more of a color scheme going on. The people that you see are two are very obviously just kind of housemaidens running around. They're pretty young, uh, like yeah, young women, but maybe 18, possibly, or like 17, 18. Still kind of, kind of hard to judge. Um, they're just running around with arms full of clothes for the one, and the other one seems to have a quite of it's a heavy box that is making a lot of sounds. It sounds a bit like she's carrying some kind of it might be cutlery or something in that box, or something else out of metal. Um, you do hear it because the window is actually open, and she's just kind of carrying stuff out of the room. You do also just hear another woman from downstairs saying something. It's a bit hard to hear what exactly she's saying, but you hear her just kind of call out for someone. Might have just been a name. You don't see any, like, there's a lot of guards around them, and those are guys, mostly at least. All, like, none of them are the actual city guard, though. Like, they're all just male people in a bit of a blue tint as well, but only very little. But no, like, there's not a, like, man of the house does not seem to be in sight.
Okay, so this one also has serious Sidon vibes, and they're also in
Very
the
much.
process of packing up and leaving. And I got a 23 on my perception, and I'm a
Yes.
cat. Are you sure
Yes.
there's no way I heard what that?
You don't hear what she's saying because she's kind of yelling it in the opposite direction and behind a lot of closed doors. It does sound like she's just calling out a name. It's difficult to make out the name because you're not very familiar with the names they use here. It's kind of a long name, but you don't catch quite what she was saying. Like, it's, you do know it's a name, and that's already quite good. You also heard it, which is also quite good, because she was definitely downstairs, and there must have been some doors between you and that woman calling out for someone.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So she happens to be yelling, hopefully pulling attention further away. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's where I'm at in my head right now.
Yeah.
They're both going to be gone most likely by tomorrow or tonight. Even they might be leaving tonight.
Possibly.
Um. What would you want me to roll something to like suss out which one is most likely to be this guy? In my opinion, it sounds like this house is more likely because it's bigger and it's got like the inlays and like tapestries and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one seemed like it was a rope. Then they're both well off enough to hire guards, but that could also just be from funds like our current shenaniganery, extra precautions from side and fallings to prevent what is most likely going to happen in the near future.
Yeah. It does definitely look like there's a relation between the size of the house and the importance of the people, kind of. So it definitely seems to be the case that the bigger house would be the more important person. Um, the other one definitely is, like, both of those owners are very, very well off. But the bigger house, the second one, does seem to be
like
even
advisor to the king status versus.
yeah, kind of. He probably would have, like, if you were to equate it to like the cult of Sidon in the city, it's probably like the second and the third in command, kind of.
Did I catch the name of the advisor?
The advisor at the Kings.
Yeah, the one that I threatened with life.
I don't think you asked his name. You might have. His name would have been Artemon.
And
it's a kind of a short name. You're pretty sure that's not the name the woman was saying. Like, it was a kind of a long name, and you just get the, like, definitely an os ending at the end. That's just from, os, or like os or us at the end. It's pretty like that's what it sounded like. You didn't quite catch the start of it.
All right. So, which of the rooms, which of the empty rooms, like, okay, so the other office, was that like completely cleared out, like the first office?
It was pretty, like, there was still furniture in it. There was still a desk. There was a chair, and there was a little bit of a, like, there was still a big, like, on the side you saw something that looked like it probably still contains something. It's like a kind of a mix between a shelf and a kind of a box underneath. It's a combined thing that looks like it might still have something in the box part of it that you wouldn't see. The shelf looks pretty empty, but there's still some, just some random rolls of paper lying there.
And the bedroom still looked like it had a bunch of stuff in it?
Well, a little at least. It looked kind of disorderly a little bit. Definitely.
So it looks like they're still
has,
definitely working on the bedroom, but the
yeah,
office is like,
yeah, like the
it's like
bedroom
packed
does
and ready
look,
to go. It's
yeah,
like, you know how like when you're packing your house up, you pack
yeah.
your room, put the boxes in the
For the
middle,
bedroom,
and then
you
go to the next
definitely
room.
also see a lot of clothes lying around, more than you would wear in, a number of days. Looks like they actually, like, just put out some stuff and are either choosing what to take, or just kind of picking stuff by lying it out. And then,
Okay. All right, I'm going into the office.
okay, yeah, the office is kind of easy to get into.
Is the door closed?
There is a door that isn't completely closed, but it is like almost closed. There's a little bit of a gap.
Okay.
Kind of leaning.
I would have Squigs go up, and is it inward opening or outward opening door?
It's inward opening.
Okay, cool. I'd have him go up, and I would just tell him real quietly, just be like, if you hear anything, don't close it. If you don't hear anything, just push it closed.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go right over to the box and the paper. First, I'm grabbing the papers and I'm just putting them in my bag. I'll look at them later, and then I'm gonna get into that box and get through the shelves and stuff like that, and try and find valuables and evidence.
Okay. You definitely do find like like all the paper stuff that you put away isn't that much, but it's there. And then as you open this little box, it's actually it seems to have a few little doors. And it's kind of a complicated contraption in a way. It's got a lot of different little compartments to it. And as you open those, in some of them, there is just things that you might expect, like ink and quill, and things to write with, some just paper materials and parchment materials to write on. A quite big book that
Does
it
it look
looks
like
very
a
nice.
ledger?
if you flip through it, yeah, it looks like it's got some lists on it.
Oh, I put that in my bag too.
Okay. And then there's in one of the like you open one of those compartments, and it looks like a miniature shrine, I guess. That has not been cleared out. That does depict probably Sidon as it's a blue statue, and it's got like a backdrop to it with seemingly just like precious stones as like stars, and you see a kind of a wave pattern, and that's painted onto a piece of wood. But then they made little, like for the foam of the waves, they seem to have also used like, yeah, it's pretty much just metallic thread and possibly more precious stones that are quite shiny to make the foam extra sparkly.
Is that like part of the box, or is that something that I could take out as well?
You do realize it hasn't been taken out because it is fastened to that part of the compartment. You can, however, take out like the actual board that it is fastened onto, but then you have a bit like it's almost like you have like a little, you know, piece of board with this whole scene fastened onto it. The backdrop is the same thing. You could take out the board, um, but the backboard is harder to get out. The one that it's all lying on is kind of unwieldy to hold. You can't just put it all in a bag. It's kind of a thing you would have to hold out in front of you. A bit like a tablet with some stuff on it. But yeah, it's definitely some kind of precious stones on there.
Can I use a claw and just like kind of pull at one of the stones, just see if
Yeah,
they're like
for the sea foam,
there?
that is a very good chance to do. And because you have claws, you definitely have a little bit of yeah, I'll give you actually just advantage on that. You can
Welcome
roll
in. Thanks for
for.
watching.
I mean, they're not that tightly fastened. Yeah, I'll give you dexterity, which you should probably get either way. To get some of the ones from the sea foam out of there.
Would it be just a straight dex or sleight of hand or anything?
It's technically it's just dex, because all you need is to find the right angle to kind of pop them out of their fastenings there. It's nothing too difficult, like they didn't bolt them fast in any way, they're too small. And a 17 definitely does it, yeah. But you can, you do get a few of those out. They're kind of small for the sea foam, but you do get 5 of them.
Awesome.
So
they're just gems of some sort.
They're gems of some sort. They're definitely quite clear, and small pieces of it. Like they're not very big, but they look precious. You could you would probably hope that they're just diamonds.
Yeah, I'm just like right now. It's mostly I'm trying to get in there, get as much as I can without you know, having to break a bunch of stuff or like that.
And that's like the easiest part to get to, because they're kind of just mixed into this silver thread mixture that they've put onto this seafoam painted board. So those are kind of easy to get out. And the statue itself does seem to be quite like it's connected to that piece of wood in some way.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's a statue, that means I can grab it. Can I just doink, just like lean it over and just like pull the nails out of the bottom?
Make an investigation check.
Really need to raise that stat.
It's difficult to see how they fasten it to the wood. You try to like pull it straight up, doesn't come off. You try to like you find other
Man, it's still
angles
not
to
done.
do it. Uh, and you do realize that if you try to pull it straight up, you do kind of pick up the whole board with it. Like it's at least tightly enough fastened onto this that it's not coming off if you just pick it up, but it does move the whole layer that it's actually built onto.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as he's just like, I can't figure it out, he's gonna move on to like either more drawers in that thing or onto the next
Yeah.
item of the
There's
section with the
there's just one you check the other ones. Most of them are empty, mostly at least. Um but there's like the one of the bottom kind of drawers that they have there. It's actually just a door that opens and you kind of peer inside there. And you're quite small, and that's probably why you see that they just left it behind. You do find a little, like it's a little bag, a leather bag. It's not very big. Might like just from the looks of it, it looks a bit like a money pouch. And you pick it up, and it's definitely heavy. Um, it doesn't jingle quite like money itself, though. Like it's a bit, um, you get like a sinking feeling. It's not money. But
Oh, going in the bag.
as you open it, there is
I wouldn't have even opened it. I would have grabbed
yeah.
it and been like,
Okay, if
might
you
need
just
something.
it's
Put it
kind
in
of heavy. It might be something nice in there. Okay, but that's all you find. The rest, that office seems to have been cleared out mostly, except for the stuff that they forgot, or that's just too bothersome to take.
Okay. So then back out the window,
Yep.
and you said that the bedroom still looked pretty
Busy.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, busy. Um, and you said that there is people running around the other rooms.
Yeah, seems to be like those two maidens are actually gathering some of the other things. They're kind of vanishing downstairs, though, as you know, you look around another second time, you still hear them. Um, just kind of footsteps, just running around the house. They kind of tend to now be more downstairs. You just there's once you hear one of them actually go by the door, but she's actually just pretty busy just running by the hallway and getting something probably, and then just comes running back.
And does it sound like she's going to like the bedroom, or like back and forth from the bedroom, or like from my position, where does it, or like an inner
From
room in the house or something, one that I can't see from a window?
from where you are, it does seem like she probably like she wouldn't. It doesn't sound like she entered the bedroom. Um, she might have stopped somewhere around the bedroom though. Um, but it sounds like she's in the hallway and either just grabbing something out of a room without really entering it, or just grabbing something that was in the hallway and then just moves back. It's kind of a quick thing. She doesn't stop for long.
Um, I want to wait till I hear the footsteps all go downstairs,
Hmm.
and like there's like a moment of calm, and then I want to like just open the door and like peek out down the hallway
Okay.
real quick, and then just close it, and like then go back into the room and close it. And I want to see if there's like, because like when we move, we either put everything in the middle of the room and then take it
Yeah.
all down, or we stack it
Yeah.
all down the hallways, and so we just do trips like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, there are a few kind of crates actually outside of that bedroom that you just see from just peeking out. Other than that, it is a pretty cleaned out second story here, as far as you can tell. Um, and there is just two crates just to the left and right of the door, um, where they probably just collect some stuff that is still lying around the bedroom, possibly. Yeah, but nothing too impressive or interesting in the hallway itself.
All right, I'm going to get out of there, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna head to a different rooftop.
Okay.
And I want to look through the papers and that pouch.
Okay. You open the pouch, and it looks like another figurine, actually. Um, out of some kind of stone or precious stone, probably. It is deep blue, like dark blue, with like a bit like some streaks of a lighter color in there. So it looks like it's a natural kind of stone. Um, and there is like it's quite heavy as of like
Okay.
for the size that it is. It feels very hefty in your hand.
Do I get the like the tickle behind my ear saying like that like man I could probably sell this.
It's definitely worth something. It is also definitely like a statue of Sidon in some shape or form.
Yeah, but if it's
Like
in pieces,
that is,
then
yeah. But the material is precious in some way.
okay, cool.
Like it's really nice.
Yeah, he'd be like, okay, awesome, that was a good grab.
Mm-hmm.
Puts that back in his bag, or puts that back in the pouch, and then back in his bag, and then starts to flip through the paperwork trying to find the name.
Yeah. Um, you like the ledger that you grabbed is actually a ledger that does seemingly list mostly uh, people that have given something to the cult of Sidon of in any way. So there's
Ah,
food
yes.
donations, there's money, there's all kinds of things that they listed, and he seems to have been like keeping the book for so the cult of Sidon in the city has some way of knowing uh, how much they've gotten from whom. Um, so there's that. And you also do find a few of the names are written in like extra fancy and appear very often. And the one that would definitely be most of the time on top of it is Kalinicus. I'll write it down. That is a name that appears a lot in that ledger. And very often it's like the top of the page.
So I'd be able to assume that this person is regularly gifting or getting paid money from them. Can I tell from the ledger which
It
direction
looks
the money
like
is being transferred?
it does look like donations. Like he gave something. There's nothing in there that would tell you that he also got something from it. But then he does give a lot of stuff, so you can assume he probably expects something from it. I mean, you're a pirate; you don't think people just give stuff for charity.
Yeah, 100%. You never give something without getting something. And if you
Yeah.
can just get something for free, then do that.
Yeah.
So now was Pelagios mentioned at all in any of this paperwork or that book or anything?
Um, there is mostly paper other than that, but you do find his like kind of a signature that looks like it could be Kalinicus if you like looked at it from the right angle. It's a signature, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, might fit.
Yeah, but nothing about Pelagios, the guy that I'm.
No,
Nothing
nothing
about him.
like nothing very directly about him. Like you don't find a lot of it. Um, it's Pelagius does not seem to appear in most of this, like at all. You do find him in the ledger, but that's it.
So I did find
No.
him in the ledger, though. So
Yeah, there he does like yeah. If you look through it, you do find his name a few times.
is there other names that are mentioned regularly in this thing?
There are a few names that are mentioned more than once, but you would like it's going to take a
Like
little bit to
above
figure
board,
out.
any of them that are important
But
enough for me to actually remember in character?
one
Like,
thing that you would probably realize is that you don't really see Gaius mentioned in here. Like, he doesn't seem to appear at least. There's a few names where you just don't know if they're actually the same person or not. They also there are some that are sometimes written with an OS at the end and sometimes with a US at the end. You're not entirely sure if that's the same person, just written different ways, or if it's different people. Could be sharing names mostly, like apart from the ending. But there are a few people that appear more than once. It's not so often that they appear more than once on one page though, so you would have to kind of flip through.
yeah, no, he's pretty satisfied with that. He's probably going to be giving all the paperwork in the book to Soren when he sees him again. Be like, you figure anything about this shit? But for now, he's got another room box, his name on it.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. The how do you want to like you're sitting on top of one of the roofs there with all the loot kind of collected. Actually, around that time, how good is your passive perception? Because you might see the others walking by about that time. You would
14.
yeah, I was about to say. It's because they're not trying to be stealthy, and you do definitely like recognize their voices and have good hearing. You would probably hear at some point that they're on their way. And the stuff as you go through, there's
Excuse me.
like the papers that you picked. If you just like look at some of them, they're definitely mostly letters that you would have to actually look at, and when you have time, probably like just looking at them.
Yeah,
It's correspondence of some
he's
kind.
not trying to like
Yeah.
spend a lot of time on any
So
of this
yeah,
stuff. He's just like skimming
I mean
through. Like he was
the
like, okay, this
the
name
ledger does take you a
pops.
little bit of time, but other than that, you're just kind of scanning it. Um, I mean, you did definitely get something that is worth something. It's just gonna be a question of how and where you wanna uh, make it into money of in that world. Um, the most interesting thing really seems to be that little statue.
Yeah, it's for to be honest, his overall goal was hunting Pelagio. Like
Yes.
his goal is to figure out where Pelagios is. That's like
Yeah. Yes.
that was his whole goal. This
Yes.
he's like, well, I could also probably make some money. Why will I do
Yeah,
that?
you definitely like it's
But
yeah, and
so
you don't really like you're trying to find him, and you do realize that he's if anything, it's striking how absent he is from the ledger, assuming that he would be a part of the cult of Sidon. So he would probably technically should give something to the cult at some point, because they seem to collect from their members. Yeah, that's one thing that is kind of striking as you kind of flip through and don't seem to find him, or very rarely. Like he's just looking through, it's not like he's on every page, but there are a few names that appear a lot. So yeah.
yeah, I
This,
don't want to cut out yet.
Yeah. Now you actually did cut
Yeah,
out.
and you're kind of cut now.
Yeah.
That one, that one got me, Darth. That one got me.
that was that was that yeah, right on time. What are the others doing? Let's kind of bridge the time for now.
Well,
No,
Come
Darth
back
just
to
done a
that.
good gif. You just yeah,
Yeah, it's I don't want to cut out, and then he cut out.
I,
pretty good.
I've just been walking around the block
Yeah.
asking for
Yeah,
Taylor.
dude, Sherwin is just like full Alzheimer's, walking
Yeah.
around town, dude. Like if
Yeah.
we don't save him, he's gone forever.
I mean, he's you're walking around. Um,
Excuse me, miss.
it's
Are you the Lord of the Tays?
yeah. You do get a lot of uh confused looks, and also there's one kind of older woman that actually starts to try to take care of that old gentleman that obviously is a little bit confused, and so she just kind of tries to lead you to somewhere where you so she tries to ask you where you came from and all that, trying to figure out where you belong
Oh,
pretty much.
I came from a land from far, 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 far away. I came here on a pirate ship.
She just kind of nods and is very, very like talking very deliberately in a way that because she, you know, she's not like she does look like she's probably like in her 70s or something. She's herself not a young woman anymore at all, but she does talk to you like you're 1,000 years older than herself.
I tell her the
So
most outlandish true story that
she
I
will
possibly
she will
could.
Yeah.
listen, but I mean, you have a really good perception. You'll
Oh,
figure
you know,
like
he's like saying
you
like
do
I'm
catch
one of
her
the
rolling her eyes every now and then a little bit at some of the parts of that you tell.
Yeah,
and like he's a
She
you
does not
dragon
move.
lord and
Yeah,
like that
the
he's
whole
here on
thing,
a
the
yeah.
whole thing,
yeah.
from when I got
She
dropped off at the
definitely like
palace.
yeah, and she will the whole dragon lord thing. As soon as you mention it, she kind of is taken like it. She's like, "Oh yes, you've heard of them too, and I've heard they're really, really very powerful and all that." And she just doesn't seem to believe that you're a part uh, of that hero group that
Yeah,
people have heard about,
we're
but they haven't seen you enough yet
we're
to know that you're actually part of it.
we're all gonna get tattoos, and I'm trying to think of where I want to get mine. I think maybe like under my armpit right here, like on my rib cage, you know, so it
She
looks like he has a little hair.
yeah, she's trying to be supportive, but at the same time, as you mentioned tattoos and stuff, she's like, uh, "Don't you think we're both a little bit too old for this? Maybe. I mean, I understand. It's nice to be uh, well to do the things that you did when you were young. I don't know.
Well,
Tattoos.
it's really hard being the smartest one of the group, you know. So I got to make sure I'm taking care of all these young little whippersnappers.
Yeah. Okay. She tries to like be as respectful as possible, but also doesn't seem to um like take you that seriously.
I
You
mean,
do get that vibe.
I happily follow her wherever
Yeah.
wherever she wants to
Um.
lead me.
So she's still kind of trying to figure out
Let's
where
go,
you
Dork
came from and
Tails.
who's possibly like missing you.
Thank you.
Um. And you end up being probably like
Bring it
if
on.
you don't give her
We'll hit it with
enough
the stretch.
clues, she will kind of lead you to the market. So you'll be like back here. Um,
Oh
because
yeah.
she, hopes that's where most people come and go most of the time. So that's
Oh,
a very busy spot.
Well,
Um,
thank you so much. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
oh, I'm so sorry. I'm. She kind of looks at you and
Let's go, everybody.
tries
Let's
to be a bit
go.
more formal,
One more help us
and
hit
then
our
just
goal.
goes, yeah,
Let's
I'm
go.
Nindita. I'm very pleased
Oh,
to meet you. What's your name?
my lady, it's a pleasure. My name is Sherwin. You can call me you call me Sherwin.
Okay. She goes. She says, "Oh, a pleasure to meet you, Sherwin. A
Oh,
very unusual name, I have to say."
well, it's a common name where I'm from. You remember when I was telling you how I got on the pirate ship and stuff like that? It's a common name back there. It's I suppose it's kind of an older name now, like
Mm-hmm.
like your name.
Oh, bro. Oh, you're just gonna jab her like that? Whoa.
It's
Whoa.
all innocent. It's all innocent.
Yeah. I mean, she she doesn't quite because she doesn't take you that seriously anyway. She's just kind of letting it go. She doesn't, you know, she's kind of convinced that you don't really like know where you are and all that, so she isn't that
Uh, ma- ma-
concerned with it.
make sure you head over to the temple over there and get food from the horn that we brought here, and you know and then you come by hang out by the church. It's just down over there off the way next to the tavern and the and the place of lies.
She definitely, like, she's of course heard of the horn and she's been to the temple and got some food and all that, so she's totally aware of that, and that is fine. She's confused at the church that you mentioned because, especially the place where you point, she knows there's no church. So she's like, yes, yes, the church, certainly. If do you maybe know someone at the temple? Should I bring you to the temple? They could
Oh,
maybe help you too.
no, no, we've helped them far too much for me to go asking them for help.
Okay. Um, so she's kind of, you know, staying with you, but at some point she also does kind of get impatient. Like she also had somewhere to go. Uh, so she is then just trying to make sure.
Oh,
If you want, you can sit over here, and I'm sure you'll.
I can't do that. I need to find my. We're gonna go. We're gonna help. We're gonna clear out a smitheroni.
um, she just kind of tries to sit you down on like
Oh,
it's a
careful of the dump
like a
truck.
box of wares. Just sit down and be calm. I'll
Oh yeah.
just get my the, as soon as I got my grandson's things here home. She actually has like a bag with her.
Oh,
Um,
don't let me keep you, miss. You
I'll
thank you
I'll
for even though you weren't the lord of the Tays, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you so much for
uh,
the pleasant conversation.
yes, I'm very much my pleasure. Um, I'll check back in very soon. Just don't go anywhere. I'll find you back here, or maybe your family comes and then they can just pick you up. I'm sure they will
Oh,
look for you.
my family's long since gone, but I do have friends there. I do have friends, and
Oh, I'm
they're
so sorry to hear that.
oh, it's
Uh,
fine. It's fine. It happened. My wife got eaten by a dragon. Actually, she was an undead dragon, and she was a powerful warrior. And I just start telling this tale
yeah, yeah,
and go
yeah.
right back into
And
it.
she kind of slowly kind of
I
backs
mean,
off and just goes, "Oh yes, yes, yes.
Oh
Well,
yeah, needed
pleasure
that.
to meet you," and just kind of keeps saying goodbye in different ways to kind of get out of the
Oh.
conversation because she feels like, you know, she's not
Me and
gonna
Soren-
get out there any other way.
Well, Creator
It's
bless
sort
you
of big-
too.
It's hard to be getting food at the market. Any chance we bumped across Sherwin?
If you go back via the market, then yes, you would.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, mouthful of food. I'd be like, so Sherwin, hey Soren, Sherwin's over there.
Oh.
Hey Sherwin.
Oh, hi there, guy. Hey, Mister, these my lovely friends. This is Solomon, and this is Soren. They're two of my best buddies.
It's true. True. The fact that he didn't fall asleep talking to you means he really appreciates your company.
She kind of
Ours low.
looks
Ours so low.
looks at you two and then at him and just kind of trying to piece together how you fit together as a group, and then just goes, yes, so you are his friends. I think I've seen, actually, she has seen Solomon around, like you're kind of sticking out. She does recognize
got big
mostly
hands.
you.
Got big hands.
I think you have been talking to the kids, haven't you? I've seen you before.
Yes,
so nice to meet you.
we're the
Oh,
Dragon
okay.
Lords.
Old rip. You always love to talk to someone. They say that they've seen you talking to kids, but yes, unfortunately, that was me.
Yeah.
Also, we're looking for our friend. It's a small cat. It's probably killing somebody. Have you seen anybody that fits that description? Like a murderous cat?
He looks very young.
Eyes going wide. She just goes,
They'll get you too. I mean, I don't know. Nobody's safe, honestly. Could be next.
His nickname
Could
is
be next.
Arrow
have-
Traps.
I have seen some cats.
Good start.
But I don't think I've seen anyone of that exact description.
Did you see
Should
one that
maybe-
traveled with a green cat as well?
No, no green cats.
he-
I've seen
he's-
a
well,
lot
he-
of tabbies today.
He's not really a cat. He's actually a dragon because we're the Dragon Lords. Remember I told you about that when we were looking for the Lord of the Tays?
True. True.
I
We're the Dragon
mean,
Balls.
sure, you're the one with the most like passive perception, so you do, and just insight and all that just tells you that she's just going, oh, he's going on about that again. And she's like, kind of, thinking about other things
Hey,
and not paying a lot of attention.
hey, Solomon.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Hey, do the thing.
Oh, I don't know what thing you're talking about. I'll raise the X.
Hey, judge your behind. And I cast create
What's
water
this
right
station?
above him.
Perfect. She does.
Why are we doing this
actually recognize.
Why are we
She
doing this?
does recognize Solomon enough to kind of think that you might actually be part of that weird group, and you all look so, very much outlandish. That she's starting to doubt if that old man that seemed so helpless and like confused actually has anything to do with this group of heroes everybody's talking about. So she gets
Oh, don't
pretty
worry.
confused
Trust me, you saw the X. You
and
saw me,
unsure of herself.
saw me flex my big old muscles. If you see any kids, send them my way. We could always use more informants. So yeah, that's trustworthy. What I just said makes sense. You know?
I
Um,
completely
Alright.
agree.
Right.
You did intimidate her quite a bit with this like display and
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
huge.
said.
Of the sparkle.
So she's like, she's definitely very impressed, and she is absolutely gonna tell everybody she meets from now on about this.
Yeah, tell
bunch of
everybody at
people that
bingo.
might have been actually like really important, but they were so weird. Like, yeah,
All the great ones are. All the
there
great
I'm gonna
ones
hand-
are.
be some.
I'm gonna
And
hand
so
the
you do actually find one more thing in a box. There is a very, very nice little piece that is
Big ups again to all you Raiders
like
out
it's a
there.
bowl
You guys rock.
with
We appreciate you.
it's with a lot of gold on it, very obviously. It looks a bit like it could be, used for ceremonies or anything important, or decoration if
Looks
you're
like
very
it could be
fancy.
selling, baby.
And that bowl does definitely also seem like it's worth something. And that
Heck
was
yeah, that goes in the bag
among
too.
some other things like with some clothes and stuff in that one. Like there was a box with some official looking clothes that might be worth something, but they're gonna be a bit hard to take. But the bowl is sitting on top
Yeah,
of them, like they're kind of, you know, holding the bowl.
cushioning the bowl.
Definitely. And that bowl looks like you could take it. It's not very big, but it's definitely a lot of gold on it and possibly other precious
Yeah,
metals.
that's going in the bag too.
Basically, food.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
yeah, if that's like what I quickly just go and like again
That's the
just
one
real
that's
quick
quickly
in
to
and
grab.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Might be on the nose, but cat burglar style. And then as soon as he's like a roof or two away, he just gets back down onto the street and disappears into the crowd.
Like nothing happened. Okay. Yeah.
Soren, I think we need to
yeah.
come out with like a call sign to like get Esther back here. I mean, do we walk around just yell money? We walk around and just like
That would
yell
work.
dragons.
Maybe
I'd just like to be
here.
walking up behind him as he's saying that. I'd like to be walking up behind him as he said that, but like, well, honestly, money would probably be a real good thing to yell if he's trying to get my attention.
It
Your
worked.
double check was
Kitty,
a
kitty, kitty
17,
worked.
right? So
It's like I can hear
that
him.
would work.
So we're just walking around yelling money. That's what we're doing.
As
mean,
as yours.
I yelled kitty, 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 and he showed up. I'm
Money.
not saying it's a coincidence.
Kitty,
Maybe I am
kitty,
saying a coincidence.
money.
It could be a
Money.
coincidence,
Kitty money.
but it
Hey,
could also
I'm
work.
just saying, I'm gonna hand you this books and this letters, and
Thank
I
you
know
for the
where you're
follow.
gonna sleep tonight. Keep that in mind. Here you go.
Wait, is that for the kitty comment? What?
If you're gonna call me anything, you better call me big ass badass cat.
So are we gonna go to the?
As I like take the books and paper. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's head out. Let's go to the forge. You know the fake place.
Mm-hmm.
Forge.
No,
right
we're
there,
calling it a
fake-
smithy. Remember, you guys are so confused.
Oh,
you can't fool me.
I lied to that poor lady. I called it a smitheroni.
It's not smitheroonie. That's not even a word.
Well, I couldn't remember what it was, so I just kind of made it up. I feel bad. Should I go tell
You
her?
made it up. You know what a smithy is? Do they have smithies in Eberron? They have smithies in Eberron, right? Like that's.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they definitely have.
Soren,
smithies. They
sorry,
have
all of
machine
us
shops,
here-
They have everything in Eberron.
All of us here aren't just like scholars. You just add a couple letters in there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. You know, you just rearrange letters.
No, adding letters definitely
them and
changes
take
it.
them all
Definitely
out.
Well,
changes it a lot.
It just
Well,
makes
how
the
much-
word older.
Yeah. Right. It's longer. It's older.
Smitheroonies. We're inventing the word smitheroonies in a new reality. That's what. Okay, you know what? Let's cut the conversation. We got to stop at the tailor on the way home, on the way out of town, and we need to get to the smithy. I
The
think
fake
what was it?
smithy.
A day's travel.
Smithy. Yeah, it sounded like about a day. They both of the gods were a bit unsure of that statement. Like they thought about it a bit. Yeah, probably about a day.
Well, one is always drunk, and the other one is vertically challenged, like myself.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get another beer. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You know, you don't know why, but they both were kind of not entirely sure, but said something about a day's travel. Yeah.
I would reply to seeing Esther's hearing what he said in Draconic. I would
Yeah.
reply
Yeah.
in Draconic and just say it's fine. Just let them go. They're from what we were told. There's so many of these cultists that would take forever to clear them out. So if they're going to leave on their own, that just saves us the trouble.
More importantly, the ones with that book. If you look through it, it's a ledger. So one of the people, I believe it was Pelagios. I'm not sure, but there's some names in that book that pop up quite often. And if they're not here, they're going to be a whole lot harder for me to murder, huh?
I don't like the M word.
All right.
It's just a little. It's a
harder
little
for me to relieve them of living. Is that better?
It all makes me a little uncomfortable, just to be honest with you.
Just pretend like I said hug. We'll just say I'm gonna
Heroic,
hug them. All right,
defeat the bad guys with
Yeah.
heroics and like
arrows.
and
Yeah.
and heroics and being able to hold our heads high afterwards, right? That's the idea.
I have no problem with anything that I do. I don't understand why you guys have such a big deal.
It's the
It's
you know
it's called a conscience. Honestly, it's a conscience.
Yeah, never
Most of
had
us
one of
have
those.
one.
Tell me how it
It's the
feels.
I'm glad you
It's
brought it up.
like
I've never seen you hug anything. I've hugged Sherwin. I think I've hugged Soren. I think anybody's
Oh wait,
hugged his.
you can understand.
I don't
You can
think.
understand Draconic, can't you?
No, I cannot.
No.
All right,
we've
then you have
been
no
over
idea
here
what we're
growling
saying.
at each other this whole time.
Yeah. They're just kind of.
Solomon,
You
they're
know,
s-
making.
they're speaking in tongues.
Mm-hmm. They're just growling.
I think Sherwin is dead set on, again, and still in Draconic, on um converting a lot of these cultists over his new church. It's like his whole thing.
Yep.
So maybe we give him the ledger and he can
Well,
get to
no,
work. I don't really know how that
This-
works. I've never really been part of a religion before, per se.
there's a couple names on there that they either have a considerable amount of income that they regularly give over to the church for some sort of compensation, and I would like to personally hug each and every one of those.
Well, I know that you used to be a pirate, but I don't know if we need a lot of income. You seem to be doing all right.
Oh well, then can I have your income?
I mean, that pearl that you gave me, we bought like 4 robes or 3 robes, a banner, and like there was a bunch of change left, so we had them doll it all up extra and toss in a couple extra things. It was just one pearl.
Oh, I wonder what this will get. It holds up the statue and all the little gems that he got. Also,
Yeah.
That'll get you. I'm gonna switch to common. That'll get you a lot. That's gonna be a lot. That's gonna pay for a lot of blankets. Oh, I mean, banners.
I do like a good
well, I'm not
blanket.
fucking buying blankets and banners with this shit.
Well, we should buy one blanket at least.
Speaking of which,
Right?
why don't we let's head out of town. Let's go to the smithy.
Oh, dude, Solomon has the biggest fucking smirk face right now. He's just like winking at Soren, but he doesn't know how to wink. 'Cause he's just blinking at him.
Soren's just as bad at winking, so he's also doing the whole blinky thing. Like,
Okay.
Sherwin's just blinking along with, just like
Esther's just like
Solomon
looking
fucks up
back
every
and
once in a while.
forth at everyone. Am I missing something?
we're all just looking like we're having
we
seizures
gotta
in the
stop by the tailor.
in the,
I
in
think
the
it's
market.
probably been about an hour. We could go.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
hold
it has
on,
been
hold
about
on.
an hour, definitely.
Before we get there, this is the Taylord. All right. So he's supreme
Oh,
commander.
you guys
very
found
high
you guys found the
prestigious-
Lord of the Tays?
We found him. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Taylord.
Sounds
So
like a bad
Esther, on your best behavior. All right. No,
I'm always on
no,
my best behavior.
just for 5 fucking minutes. Don't kill anyone.
I won't.
Like, just
All right,
give me
I can
5
promise that
fucking
you
minutes.
won't know if I do.
What? I don't
Well,
like
that
it.
sounds good.
Yeah, you got me before. I can't. All right, if you get away with it, then it's free. All right, it's fair.
Wait,
No,
no, that's not
just
how this
about
works.
how I've lived my entire life. That works great
it's
for
all
me.
right. Soren, it's all right.
That's not how morals. What?
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Again,
Alright.
you keep saying morals and
This is a high- this
conscious
is-
and other
this is
things
the-
that I don't really know what they mean.
Taylord. It's a supreme commander, emperor of Taylor.
I think you're
Do it.
putting a D on the end of that. That's not supposed to be. You know what? It doesn't matter. It works. It works. Let's
Soren, you can
let's
add
let's
letters,
visit
you
it.
can move them around, it can make anything. That's how it
That's
all
not
started.
how. That's not how it works. That's not how it. See, I have to write in this book. If I added letters, you wouldn't understand what I was writing.
You should do it sometime.
Well,
It
you're
sounds
the
like you've
only
never
one
done
that
it.
reads here, so I don't understand the problem with that.
You know, that's the saddest thing that you said. This whole adventure. Let's just go to the tailor.
Yeah, and you do.
Why do you think I gave you the books with the names I need to know in them?
Walking and talking. Walking and talking.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
we're in here. We're in here.
It's not a far, like, yeah, the tailor isn't that far, so you're definitely you know you have a few minutes, but not long, to talk amongst you. And
Oh,
as you kind of get to the door, um, you can, either just all
Hey,
go in there and
you guys wait out here. We're gonna go in. We're gonna grab a couple things, and we'll be right back.
so underdressed. Okay. Go open the door. I don't have anything, but I do that with my.
okay,
You don't have
just
to
bring
do the
them out.
horn thing. We didn't do
He's
that
a
last
tailor.
time.
I'm trying to keep it fresh, Soren. Trying to keep it.
Okay.
No.
Just I hope you don't get a horn at some point. This is gonna be okay.
Ooh.
We had one. I
Yes,
I
you
murdered
just-
someone with it.
No, that's an eating horn. That's the wrong kind of horn. You guys
Kind
be
of
careful.
Oh no.
All right, no giggling in the Lord's house.
Okay,
Let's get it.
Presents. Okay.
No giggling
As
in the
you come
Lord's
in and
house.
make this horn noise and all that, he looks up and is kind of happy to see you at first, and it just collapses into confusion again by all of this happening in front
It's
of him.
just I just feel like I should apologize. I'm not gonna be specific. I just feel like I owe it to you. We came by to grab those things that we needed to have ready.
Yes. I have the blanket actually came out very well. I found some extra nice, you know, you see the rim. It's actually it's not silk. It just feels really nice. I've had that for some time. I used to use it for embroidery. I didn't know I had it.
It's he actually put some kind of a very like green brownish cloth around the rim of this blanket,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
it's
Feels
actually
nice.
really a soft cloth too. Like it feels really nice, and it complements the wool very nicely. That looks really
If
nice.
it comforts you, my lord, it will comfort us as well. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Oh,
you. Yes. Also, this little cape. Um, I did find some of the nicer. Well, it's. I tried to find something that's also quite rugged and hopefully keeps up well for traveling. It's a blend. I think they must have used some wool, though it's quite soft still. Um, it is a very nice mix of different greens. Actually, he put together all kinds of different greens, and he did take uh, a little bit of a blue, like the silk, and put it on the lower rim. So it's got different kinds of shades of green as a little, cape, and then the rim is a very thin blue kind of bottom to it. Um, and it kind of he tried to make it work in a way that it got from very bright green into darker green colors, and then it just finishes with a little bit of a you know brighter blue. So it
Pardon,
looks nice.
pardon my common speech, lord. As the peasants say, that is sick as fuck. Thank you so much for making that for us.
And yeah, other than that, he
Rare.
does give you, your ropes are lying on the table, and he does give you a little bit of a look for that comment, and just goes, uh, also, I think I actually found some more of this thread, and he also just is very eager to show you some of this very nice thread that is actually made out of seemingly silver, or amalgamation of silver, or
oh,
something else.
beautiful. Yeah, that's
And he just
exactly
is like really proudly just showing you some of the silver, and just like puts it on top of the cloth to show you the bluish cloth and the silver, and how they would go with them. I'll need some time with those, but I think this will be a very nice combination, a very nice choice. But those are ready, so I hope you like them. I think they turned out quite well.
Well, we very much appreciate the prompt work. We should see you in approximately a week's time or so for the rest of
Oh,
the
good,
order.
good. Yes, that will be enough time. Thank you very much. I am looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you for business. And he just kind of sits back down, kind of bows slightly, still very unsure of Solomon all that time. Like,
Yes, of course,
he doesn't
Lord.
know how to talk to you.
The Lord of all days. And I bow and back up the whole way and get out of there.
He kind of keeps bowing back to you, like, just really unsure of himself.
I'm
Good.
I'm whispering to Solomon as we back out, even though he's bowed. So how do we get to him? Do we like do I give one of them one and you give the other one the other one? Or should we be like should we just
Oh
hold
no,
them
we'll do
out?
it together. No, come on.
We'll do it together. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to hold it? Or should I hold it? Hold it?
I
don't
hold
know.
everything. Don't lie to me.
Okay, oh yeah, here,
Uh,
that's true. I hate holding things.
I would carry everything. My job.
Yeah.
I'm huge. These muscles, and I pull out the axe.
Prestidigitation.
Nobody else is around. Yeah, that's pretty
Nope.
good
Oh,
though. Our time is
yeah.
getting better.
I mean, it's
Pretty
practice.
good.
Yeah. I like the sparkles.
You probably
pretty
scare
good.
a cat or something.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's meet up with these guys and let's go to Klaus
Mhm.
real fast. Drop off his present, and then let's go to that fake place.
No, we gotta give the fellas what we got first.
That's what I meant. We'll meet up with them first. Klaus.
Well, they're right outside.
They're
Just
right
once
outside of
we
the
open this
door.
door.
Oh,
Yeah, once we open this door, it's game time.
Yeah.
You think I'm nervous?
oh, all right. Oh.
It's probably like you started opening the doors, so
I've
the
never
guys
given anyone a
outside
gift
actually
before.
hear all that.
Never given a gift before. I don't know how this works.
Did we give him the blanket and the thing for Squeaks now, or do we
Sherwin,
just?
you
Oh,
definitely
it's gonna be
hear
real
the
awkward
word
as we're like
blanket.
walking down the street holding it.
Did you guys get Klaus a blanket?
Oh, okay. Hold on. We gotta tell them now.
Fine.
Hey, surprise! Happy
It's-
day. I don't.
Yeah,
Oh.
get
we
wrecked,
got you
Koza.
something.
We got you a gift.
It is a beautiful. Wait, you got a gift for me?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
blanket's for you. And then we got this. It was Solomon's idea. We got this little like thing for Squigs.
Yeah, it's a bit like I guess it would be like a mix of like a coat for a dog or something and a cape.
Sorry,
Little
Esther. Esther, we didn't get you shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even God is
honestly,
good.
honestly,
I mean, he got
I ain't
himself
even
some
mad
stuff.
about it. Like now, I can put this one on Squigs, and then when I make
You're like a
pseudo
dog mom.
Squigs,
We
I'll
just
be
bought
able
stuff
to
for your
tell them
baby.
apart.
I feel really bad because I went down the checklist. I was like, we definitely got something shooing. And then I went right to Squigs. I forgot you were there, but a lot of times, you're just not there. So
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
There.
Makes sense in this Solomon.
Oh, we don't have the stuff for
That's
Klaus
super
yet.
fair.
Oh,
We don't have the
We
stuff
even
for
got
Klaus yet.
something
That'll
for
take a week.
Klaus. Dude, he's gonna
Yeah.
kill Klaus just because we got him something.
We'll have to come back and grab Klaus's thing on the way back from after
Mhm.
stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Sherwin
Didn't get
like
that done in that last hour.
wraps the blanket around his
Like
neck like a scarf.
he thinks he can.
We
I
had-
appreciate
We
that.
haven't put
He
a
like
little ribbon on it
gets
for you.
that
Yeah.
It's so soft.
hands the thing on Squigs,
Hmm.
Yeah, Squigs looking good. Yeah.
and then he's just like, so.
Oh, cut
Well,
out.
it's
Just cut out.
it's
Well,
always
yeah,
awkward.
you're right. Yeah, you're right. So we're going to the forge, I think.
Yep. The smithy. Probably.
Let's
Um,
let's head out of town. We'll follow those instructions Vulcan
Okay.
gave us. The
Yeah.
very much adult dwarven Vulcan.
Yeah.
You need the child.
With the
He
beard.
wasn't a child. He had a beard.
Good
It'd be
child with a
short.
beard, yeah.
He's like,
The bearded child.
so,
You're
so
short. You're a child.
I don't see where the confusion is.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
We're
Um,
going, but we're
Yeah.
on the
So
way
kind
out
of
of town.
walking towards the northern gate then.
Walking and talking.
Yeah. let's just call it a day for now because it's 8 my time.
Yes,
But
it is.
you're definitely gonna be on the way. You got some stuff to pick up when you come back. And if there's anything else you want to do before you really officially leave the city, if there's anything you want to talk to anyone you want to talk to, anything you want to do before you really leave the city. It could be something you kind of remember as you walk out. So
We
if
would
there's anything,
definitely
just let me know.
stop by Klaus and drop off his robe, and like,
The robe
uh,
isn't ready yet. Like he only got the
oh, you only got
blanket
the
and the
blanket and the
small
okay, yeah,
cape ready. Only had an hour.
yeah. Can we still can we still
You can
stop
still,
by
yeah,
Klaus and be like Solomon's gonna do this thing where he's like, "Hey, Klaus, so
gonna
we
get something.
did you a pretty solid by keeping you from dying from that fucking
Yeah.
necklace. So you're gonna do us a favor and you're gonna spread the word around town about the Dragon Lords, right?"
uh, sure. I mean, I'm kind of doing that sometimes when people ask me about the horn. Actually, it's
That's perfect.
Yeah, but I was looking at your numbers. Your cold calls are pretty low. I think you really need to be hitting the
looks
streets a
at
bit
you.
hard.
He's kind of worried, like you know, there's like a bit of constant fear. But yes, I will. I mean, I'm doing my best. Definitely, yes.
He's gonna. I'm gonna
Just
pull
like
him in
yeah,
close.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna pull him in Klaus. I'm gonna go. But I don't see Esther around. We got Squigs, Sherwin, and you are present, but not Esther. So I would just keep
His
an eye on
eyes
your
just
back.
go very wide. He just goes, "I don't need a present."
Just friendly advice. I pick him up, big hug, smack him on the back, put him back down. Look, Klaus. Look, buddy. Look.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be okay.
Wait, are you inferring that you were putting a target on Klaus?
I
Oh
think he
no,
is.
I was warning Klaus.
Yeah.
Literally warning Klaus that Esther is out here.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yep. I mean,
Esther's
not
got
that
a
he's
lead on a wagon.
like he's very aware of that. To be
Oh,
honest,
yeah.
he kind of slinks back into like the crowd of other people working at the temple and kind of starts, just trying to blend in and just become as invisible as he possibly can. Um, and he has by now, like, he started to wear their robes, so he does actually blend in quite nicely. But yeah, that's gonna be that for right now. And let's go to the forge slash smithy next time, and
Heck
we'll see
yeah.
if you get through that
And big fight
and
next
what
time.
awaits you there.
Big fight.
We'll
Big
see.
fight.
Depends.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching with us. Thank you, Dork Tales, for the raid. You guys are incredible. All the new followers. Let's see. Let's call you guys out real quick. Mike the Bearded, Raven with Bobbles, Froggy, Froghemoth Legs, Dorktails with the follow to, Narco 2005, Chahista Chahista FX. I'm probably gonna butcher that. Second Gen Gamer, NIS3R, Nisser, Nizer. I don't know. Maserata, Brando 81373, Sir Rembrandt, and Adotlin. We appreciate all you guys for sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. We're gonna send y'all off onto another raid. Uh let's go with Mim's only got 15 viewers right now. I think they're doing an Eberron game, so we'll send you guys over there. Thanks again for everything. Join us on Discord. Links up on the screen. We'll talk to you guys next time. New campaign, new show tomorrow. Come back. We'll see you guys next time.